Dear Mr. Ambassador, ladies and gentlemen, friends, we are pleased to welcome you to the opening of the exhibition, which is dedicated to the 75th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Russia and China. First of all, I would like to thank the management and staff of the First Department of Asia, the Historical and Diplomatic Department, for their highly professional work in organizing today's event. The exhibition presents unique documents and photographs that testify to the brightest moments in the annals of our relations. Diplomatic relations, as you know, were established on October 2, 1949, literally the day after the appearance of the People's Republic of China on the political map of the world. I take this opportunity to once again congratulate distinguished Ambassador Jiang and all Chinese friends on the 75th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. Moscow was the first to officially recognize the new China, and in the person of our country, Beijing found a reliable friend who helped it at the initial stage of state building. The liberation struggle of the Chinese people was led by the Communist Party of China, a history that is also closely intertwined with the Soviet Union and the Comintern. And of course, in light of the upcoming 80th anniversary of the great victory next year, I cannot but remind you of the brotherhood in arms of our countries during the Second World War. For 3/4 of a century, we have come a long way, accumulated invaluable experience, which is reflected in the exhibits presented at the exhibition. Russia and China, showing wisdom and endurance, have managed to build an exemplary model of interstate cooperation, which is truly comprehensive and strategic. A rich and confidential dialogue at the highest level plays a key role in our diverse cooperation. It is deeply symbolic that Vladimir Putin made his first foreign visit to China after taking office in May this year, following the results of the presidential elections, and a year earlier, Xi Jinping visited Moscow immediately after being re-elected as President of the People's Republic of China. This year, the leaders have already met in Astana on the sidelines of the SCO summit, and we are looking forward to the head of the People's Republic of China at the BRICS summit in Kazan in October. In general, with the guiding role of our leaders, as a result of consistent long-term joint efforts, bilateral relations have reached an unprecedented high level. I am pleased to state that in the current geopolitical realities, the Russian-Chinese comprehensive partnership and strategic cooperation demonstrates absolute stability and maturity, continuing to contribute to the comprehensive development of our countries, improving the well-being of our citizens. Cooperation in trade, economic, and humanitarian spheres is being strengthened. The foreign policy tandem of Moscow and Beijing contributes to maintaining stability on the planet and the formation of a more equitable multipolar world order. It is obvious that in the spirit of eternal friendship, good neighborliness, mutual respect, and mutual benefit, we can resolve any issues and overcome any difficulties. Dear friends, numerous events dedicated to the 75th anniversary are being held these days. The current exhibition is also intended to contribute to the common cause, and I am convinced that it will contribute to the preservation of historical memory, promote the values of Russian-Chinese friendship, and become a notable event in the life of Moscow. I wish you all a pleasant visit. Thank you, dear Sergey Viktorovich, for your kind words. Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, in honor of the 75th anniversary of the establishment of the type of relations between China and Russia, the foreign ministries of the two countries organized exhibitions of archival materials and photographs to pay tribute to important events in the history of relations between the two countries. On behalf of the Chinese Embassy in Russia, I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to all colleagues who have been supporting the development of relations between our countries and the cause of friendship between our peoples for a long time. For 3/4 of a century, Sino-Russian relations have gone through a thorny path and reached an unprecedented height. The Soviet Union was the first in the world to recognize the PERK and establish diplomatic relations with it. As one of the leaders of the Communist Party of China, comrades, Wang Diaxiang was appointed the first Chinese ambassador to the Soviet Union. He is also the first ambassador of the new China. The credentials of the first ambassador of the Soviet Union to China as a valuable exhibit are kept in the archives of the Chinese Foreign Ministry. The invaluable assistance of the Soviet Union helped China to protect its sovereignty and state security. During the first period of the Republic's formation, and the 156 projects implemented, laid the foundation for the industrialization of the new China. The friendly relations between China and the Soviet Union, the blood ties between the two peoples, have left many wonderful stories, and have become an inexhaustible driving force for the development of our relations. The wisdom and determination shown by the leaders of our countries helped us overcome difficulties and adversities, guided the relations of our countries in the right direction, and ensured a smooth transition from Sino-Soviet to Sino-Russian relations. The signing of the Agreement on Kindness, Friendship and Cooperation, as well as the full settlement of limited issues, have created favorable conditions for the development of our relations. The creation of the SCO and BRICS, the published joint declaration on the international order in the 21st century, demonstrates a high level of strategic cooperation between our countries. Personal friendship and mutual trust between our leaders are the main driver of the development of our relations. Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russian President Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin have met 44 times. They have jointly brought our relations to an unprecedented high level. The dynamic development of mutually beneficial cooperation and the strengthening of strategic cooperation in the international arena have brought enormous benefits to our peoples and protected our common interests. In a complex, changing world, Sino-Russian relations are becoming more mature, stable, and strong. Demonstrating powerful driving forces and unique value, serve as a model of mutually respectful, sincere relationships. Harmonious cooperation, coexistence, and mutually beneficial cooperation between major powers and neighboring states are a reliable support for the protection of equality and justice in the modern world. Today, we recall important moments of Sino-Russian relations together. Many of them are reflected in the photographs presented at today's exhibition. These valuable historical fragments have entered the annals of Sino-Russian relations and illuminate our future path. Remembering the past, we have a sense of respect and gratitude to the older generation of the leaders of the two countries for their historical contribution to the development of Sino-Russian relations. Looking to the future, we are full of confidence in the excellent prospects of our relations as neighboring countries China and Russia observe the unique advantages of geographical proximity and complementarity. Strong political mutual trust, honest strategic cooperation, fruitful mutually beneficial cooperation ensures the sustainable and dynamic development of relations between our countries. Both countries strongly defend the international system in which the UN plays a central role. The world order based on international law and the fundamental norms of international relations, based on the purposes and principles of the UN Charter, opposes all forms of hegemony and the policy of force. They promote the formation of an equal and orderly multipolar world and advocate for public and inclusive economic globalization. The creation of a community of a single destiny of humanity is supported. I am confident that at the new historical starting point, we will continue and use our advantages to steadily promote cooperation in various fields, reveal the potential for development, adhere to the original spirit of establishing diplomatic relations, implement the important agreements reached by the heads of the two states with practical steps, and write a new chapter in the annals of Sino-Russian relations. Thank you for your attention.